Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Instagram. I hope everybody's having a great day. We are here. Look, I just got a notice. Stark Media Group live. Social media trends of 2018. Going to give everybody a few minutes to log on, but we have some great content this morning. Every year, at the end of the year, we like to go over what happened in the previous year. We did this last year too. We talked about the trends that had happened in 2017. And then in another week or so, either next week or the week after, we're going to do our forecasting for 2019. So you guys, this is really important information. You're going to want to be part of this because we're going to talk about what really happened in 2018 to change the whole landscape of digital marketing and social media. And we're going to talk about were our predictions correct, and then we're going to talk about our predictions in another Coffee Talk Tuesday about 2019. And you need to stay on the edge of digital marketing, what's happening. It's such an incredibly ephemeral platform, and the information is changing all the time along with algorithms. So, it's really important to always know what happened and what's coming. So, especially as a marketer, you need to know how to leverage these platforms for your advantage, because this is what it's all about. We know that more advertising spending is going into digital marketing than ever before. And statistically, actually, as I was prepping for this, I saw the statistic that by 2020, ad spending in digital marketing is going to outpace ad spending in newspapers. So that's pretty amazing, right? That's how this whole landscape is changing. And so you really need to be on digital marketing and advertising and social media if you're not, especially if you're a small business. This is where you guys are going to gain your leverage. Back in the day, you couldn't afford to be on TV or afford to advertise in newspapers, right? This is where you can afford to do it. And it's free. Social media is free. If you're not taking advantage of this, you're really missing the ball. So we're going to start, because I gave everybody a few minutes. So we're going to start by talking about one of the first things that we talked about, and we did hit this on the mark, and we talked about live video. We're doing it now. We do it pretty much every Coffee Talk Tuesday. We get an amazing response. This is why we do it. We then repurpose our Coffee Talk Tuesdays, right? We put it on YouTube. We will keep it on our Facebook channels. We also, please join our private social media marketing group, which is Stark Media Group Marketing Group. You can join it. And we put all of our Coffee Talk Tuesdays into a readable form, and we give you more information. We give you the statistics. We'll give you some visuals so you can go back and reference it. So live video was a huge trend. We predicted this, and it's still a huge trend. It is easy, right? It creates trust. It is authentic, and you don't have to. One way of doing a video, right, is to shoot the video and then you go back to the editing room. This takes time. This takes money. This takes energy. When you do a live video like this, it doesn't cost me anything. It costs me my time, but that's all for my business. I don't have to go back and edit this. Live video is the way to go. And Facebook, everybody's on Facebook with their live video. That's one of the best places to be because that's just taken off. It leads the way. Secondly, this is another thing we predicted, right? When I came back from social media marketing world in 2018, in February of 2018, I came back and I did an entire Coffee Talk Tuesday on chatbots, right? Because I was super excited. We started a chatbot on our Facebook page, on our website. We know that chatbots have incredible conversion. They eliminate a physical human being answering your clientele, so we know it's cost effective. They have a great conversion rate. They're easy to install. They can be a little bit pricey if you want to go for one that's made specifically for your business. but chatbots are the way to go. So in 2018, Facebook Messenger chatbots went from 33,000 to over 100,000 businesses using chatbots. That's how great they are. Definitely look into the chatbots. They're only going to, in our 2019 predictions, which we'll do in a week or two, I'm telling you that's going to be one of our predictions as well. They're just going to continue to be used because they are such an amazing tool. Email marketing is still effective to a certain extent. You have an open rate of about 15 to 30% if you're lucky. Chatbots, you have an open rate of 80 to 90%. Plus you have the interaction with your clients, so your conversion is much higher. Chatbots, way to go. Okay, my partner tells me I always give too much information, so I'm trying to work through these things as I have the top 10 here. Next, what we wanted to talk about, which we did talk about, was influencer marketing, right? So everybody knows that the big brands like Nike, Under Armour, Coca-Cola, they can get big names like what? Steph Curry. Under Armour has Steph Curry, right? So they can afford to get these big names. Here's the key to social media. Micro influencers, which are defined as over 1,000 to 99,000 followers, you are a micro influencer, okay? That is where your money is. If you don't have the money to get Steph Curry to represent your brand, micro influencers are a great option. Why? This is why. Because statistically, they have a much higher engagement rate than celebrities do, like a 60% higher engagement rate. Why do they have an engagement rate? One, they have the time to do it. Two, they have fewer followers and they're building their own brand. Micro influencers have amazing brand ambassadors. They interact with their followers. They have a tremendous amount of trust with their followers. They have a tremendous amount of influence, and they're much more cost effective for brands to have a micro influencer. This is a great option. A quote-unquote macro influencer is anybody that has over 100,000 followers, and then people who are in the millions, well, those are your celebrities. But micro influencers became a huge trend in 2018, and I think they're going to continue to be a trend in 2019. So that's also something that your company can start looking at or getting onto that trend. If you happen to know somebody where you have a product, you know this person uses your product, they tag you, they use your hashtags. We're going to talk about that in a minute or two, and you can find them and then reach out to them. That's the great thing about Facebook and Instagram. DMing is completely acceptable, and then it gives everybody their 15 minutes of fame, right? The next thing I want to talk about is social media advertising. We love social media advertising here at Stark Media Group. We do it all the time. We do it for our clients. It's incredibly effective. Why? It is effective because of several things. We have talked to you many, many times about how Facebook and Google are data collection agencies. And then you get to use the data that they collect for your business. This is a win-win-win situation. You need to be using the data they're collecting every single second for your advantage. You can find your exact target audience, your exact demographic. You can decide how much money you want to spend, how long you want to spend it, where you want to spend your advertising. This gives you so much incredible control over your advertising as opposed to newspaper or television or other media outlets. This gives you so much incredible control. And then not only that, you also get statistics with, you get analytics with it, right? You see how well it's performing. You see if people are converting. You see if people are clicking onto your advertisement and following through the marketing funnel. Like, this is the most controlled situation where you can actually get analytics and you can see your return on investment. Most other media outlets, you can't get that. You just know that you're putting something out for a certain amount of money, for a certain amount of time, and hoping that you're hitting a target audience. That's what you're getting with other media outlets. So Facebook and Google ad campaigns, advertising on Instagram, advertising on LinkedIn. These social media platforms are amazing places for you to advertise. And so that was a huge trend in 2018. We use it all the time. We've given many Coffee Talk Tuesdays about how to advertise, and we always welcome questions. If you ever want to know how you can advertise it, it's really not that difficult. You can, learn yourself how to, and you can just boost, you put a post on Facebook and you can add money to it, and then you can target your audience that way, or you can go down the route of Facebook ad campaigns, which, is a little bit more detailed, but it really hits your target audience. And, you can't not win with that. It's great. So if you're not doing Facebook ad campaigns or Google AdWords or something like that, you need to look into it, because this is a great way for your business to be found, because we know with the algorithm changes, right? Organic reach doesn't happen today. Organic reach and referral traffic isn't happening today because of algorithm changes. So you need to stay on top of your game and know where your audience is, and you can find that through your Facebook ad campaigns. Okay, next, what I wanted to say, I think I said that research showed by 2020, social media advertising is going to actually surpass newspaper ad spending. So, I mean, it's not me. It's the they. It's the statistics telling you. Next. The other trend, which we didn't talk about that much, but we do use it, and that's augmented reality. And everybody uses augmented reality today, right? And a lot of businesses are jumping on the augmented reality, not to be confused with virtual reality, like your video games or something like that. Augmented reality, we've all seen it in every day, right? It can be anything from like your social media, like, what's the word I want to say? Your emojis, right? I go on to Facebook and I add an emoji, or I open my mouth and my tongue is a rainbow waterfall coming out. That's all augmented reality. Something that's occurring on your screen as you're actually doing a live video or doing a video, or you're working your live camera at that time. An image, it's technically computer generated image on a user's view of a real world. So where we see this also is Waze. If anybody uses Waze when they drive, that's augmented reality. If anybody's ever used the IKEA app, the furniture app, that's augmented reality. I can take the app, I can go into my living room, I can look at my living room, and I can say, hey, will that IKEA chair look great in this area? And I can drop an IKEA chair into that space to see how it looks. That's augmented reality. This technology is changing the way people physically leave their home. It's changing the way people physically interact with today's world. And businesses are using this to their advantage to sell more products. Like, people don't have to go to your store anymore, and they're much more likely to buy a product from you if they can sit there in their own home, or they can walk up to their car and they can check a hubcap and see how different hubcaps look on their car. I mean, this is how auto dealers are also using this. They'll put the different types of hubcaps that you can use on your brand new car onto an augmented reality app, and they can change the hubcaps on their car. This is an amazing way for people to shop where they don't have to leave, and then they just order it right there, right from home. They don't have to come to your place anymore. So you can imagine the conversion rate is much higher. These are great things to be doing. I'm going to take a little sip of my coffee. Stark Media. Next thing we're going to talk about is social listening. Okay, so everybody's been exposed to social listening, especially now, right? We're all online. We were online for Black Friday. We were online for Cyber Monday. And we were shopping, and we're shopping for that pair of boots, or we're shopping for that Jeep accessory. Next thing you know, I go back online, and all of a sudden on the right side of my screen, I'm seeing the boots that I was shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue, and the new doors for Jeep. It's following me everywhere I go. Well, that's social listening. And for marketers and for businesses, we want to know where our target market lives, where they shop, what social media platforms they look on, where do they find us? Is it on Facebook? Is it on Google? Is it on wherever it is that you're shopping? We want to know. So there's companies out there that actually will help you, and like Sprout Social is for one. That is a paid company, but they help businesses analyze basically where the various audiences live, where they're shopping, where they're looking, where they can find their target market. So they help you with social listening. And this helps you to target your market better, right? If I know that people are going on to Google to find something versus Facebook or another, search engine, I'm going to start advertising on Facebook, right? And I know they're going to tell me what time they're searching. They're going to tell me what sites they're searching. And this is going to help me target my audience, because that's exactly where I'm going to place my advertisements. Another big trend was, and we use this, and this is very easy. It's very cheap, and you want to be doing this. This is leveraging user-generated content. We saw that all through 2018. We do it ourselves, and Facebook and Instagram have made it very, very easy. So now, if you want to talk about, say, on stories, Facebook added stories. This is also like along the lines of the live video that we talked about. So Facebook added stories, and if somebody posts something about my company and tags me in it, or hashtag Stark Media Group, right? I can then take that. It gives me the option to take that post and add it to my story. This is creating trust. It's creating brand ambassadors, listen to me, brand ambassadors, authenticity, and it's free marketing for you, free marketing. That's why we always encourage you to use your hashtags. Not only do you search by hashtags, but if you use your hashtags, and you encourage people to use the hashtags, you can find who's using your hashtags and then repurpose their content if they tag you, or if they use a hashtag with your name in it, right? So if say you're an Under Armour company, and somebody puts their brand new Under Armour shirt on and they're at the gym and they want to show that they love your company and that they're at the gym working out, you can just repurpose that, and now you can use it on your. It's easy. It didn't cost you anything. It took minimal amount of your time to search your hashtag, and it shows authenticity that people are actually using your brand. This is a must do. You have to be using your hashtags, and you have to be asking people to tag you in your product so you can repurpose their posts, right? That's it. Cheap and easy. So that's leveraging user-generated content. Another big thing, and this is where we strive also, right? And this is why we're here. This is what we talk about all the time, and we talked about it for 2018, was small businesses. We tell you guys all the time that you should be using these social media platforms. They are free. And so we know that statistically, over 52% of small businesses in 2018 now post daily on social media platforms. That's how much these platforms have become influencers in their marketing, and such a major influence in their success to their business going forward. Right. So I kind of talked about this one too. We didn't know that this was going to happen, but we know that Facebook does this, and we know that different social companies do this, especially Facebook, right? Because it really affected our Facebook and our Instagram. Was they changed their algorithms, and they do this. And one of the reasons they changed their algorithm was because they felt as though, this is Facebook I'm talking about, they felt as though it needed to be more authentic and related to your life. You should be seeing more of your family and friends and not advertising. So they changed their algorithm so that your family and friends and things that you are interested pop up higher on your feed. So you start to see the same people on your feed all the time, especially if you're interacting with them, and you see less advertising. Therefore, your organic reach went down. Therefore, Facebook ad spending went up. Maybe that's why they did it. Smart on their part. But regardless, organic reach went down, right? And referral content went down. So you have to do more on social media to be seen. You have to reach out more and be social. And we tell you guys that all the time. Social media means being social. Reach out to people. Make comments to people. Like other people's posts. Share, things like that. That's being social, and that's what's going to get you more of the authentic audience anyway. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. That's why micro influencers are working today, because they don't have a huge number of followers, but the followers they have are incredibly loyal, dedicated brand ambassadors that will increase your revenue because they have so much power. We saw that content became very ephemeral, right? Snapchat, we'll talk about what happened with Snapchat in another Coffee Talk Tuesday, but Snapchat is that 24 hours and then it's gone, right? So, or it's, you get to see it once or twice and then it's gone. So content became ephemeral. Very quick, fast. You see it once, you see it for a few times, and then it's gone. Instagram stories, they're only there for 24 hours, and then they're gone. You can add it to your highlight, but if you don't, they're only there for 24 hours. This creates authenticity. People really like it. People love it because it seems really real. It is real. It's real. It's what's happening right then and there. It's usually fun. So ephemeral content became really fun. It's kind of along the lines of live video. And so we really encourage that. We encourage all businesses to start using their stories and their highlights on Facebook and on Instagram. You could do it on also YouTube, right? You really should be using your live stories because people are watching them more and more every day. All right, so I kind of ran through everything pretty quickly. And I will be putting all of these trends that we had predicted and a couple that we didn't see coming. And then we're going to give you guys our predictions for 2019. I'm going to be putting everything on our social media group, Stark Social Media Marketing Group, on the Facebook page. You guys should definitely join that. If you have any questions, always feel free to write in, to email us, to join our group and put them on there. We'll answer them for you. I hope that you guys have gotten onto these 2018 trends. If you haven't, you need to. And please join us next week and the week after, because we're going to be talking about the 2019 trends, and we're going to be talking about the major things that changed digital marketing in 2018. Things that happened like Cambridge Analytica and Snapchat scandals. So it's going to be super interesting. Be sure to join us, follow us, sorry. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, at Stark Media Group. We love our audiences, and we hope you guys have a great day. And we hope you really enjoyed the content today, and that you're jumping on social media, because it's the way to go. The digital marketing is the way to go. Have a great day, everybody.